nice way, y'all. We don't give a shit.
Good evening, and welcome back to Hall of Fame College Football with Jason and the coach. I'm your host, Jason Watkins. He's the coach, Philip Roybal. And if you love college football, you know you're in the right place. So before you forget, smash that red subscriber button, like our videos, and don't forget to ring the bell so you don't miss one moment. Hall of Fame College Football. Coach, welcome back to the show. Still sitting on cloud nine right now?
Oh no, hell! I've kind of come back down off of 9. I'm just kind of getting prepared for the battle on Thursday night.
Is it Thursday night, not Friday?
Yeah, Thursday night.
Shit, I thought it was Friday for some reason.
I think it's Thursday night. Surely I don't have the date wrong.
Check it wrong.
No, I know it's Thursday night.
Okay. Oh damn.
And I tell you why I know it's Thursday night. Because I had tickets, VIP tickets to a concert in Lubbock.
Oh,
and I gave them away because I wasn't gonna miss I damn sure wasn't gonna miss the Irish game.
Tell you, I'm fairly surprised that you're not gonna be in Miami.
Well, I tell you what, I'm waiting for the national championship, I think.
Okay.
See if I
I already know that if they play for the Natty, you're going to be there. I already knew that. That's a given.
there's a really, really good chance. Bull nuts in the house.
Nuts in the house. Welcome to the show.
I love it.
Neilio. Thank you
Neilio, the man.
Bull nuts in the house. Good Tuesday evening, Jason and Coach Roybal. Welcome in, Steve Rollo, Ben Geese, Brandon Snake. Freezing his balls off in Shawnee, Oklahoma. Yeah.
Shawnee, Oklahoma. I have kinfolk in Shawnee.
That's where your
area.
Yeah.
Aren't they the Okie Light fans? My nephews live. Huh? Yeah, they're Okie Light fans. Yeah, that's what I said too. Hey,
I can tell you.
I showed you. No, go ahead.
No, go ahead. You finish. I'll say this in a minute.
No, I sent you pictures. Remember when I went down there to visit them? I sent you. They have a damn Okie Light van. I mean, it's all Okie lighted out. I
didn't weird you out to the point that you went and got a fucking hotel then.
Well, I only puked about 10 times.
Hey man, I'm telling you, I was I do have to give a shout out to Okie Light though. Appreciate them staying back in the Little 12 and becoming the Oklahoma farm system. They of course picked up they've now picked up back-to-back days. They've picked up linebackers from Oklahoma State in the portal. So we got to have Kendall Daniels is a freshman All-American, and they're really pissy about it. So shout out to them. But it's good that they stayed behind. They're going to keep on pumping us the good guys once they get them prepared and ready. Once they've once they've hit that wall that you're going to hit whenever you play at Oklahoma State, then you got to push them onto the real ones. So
now remind me, Jason, where did they finish in the conference?
They were dead ass last at 0-9. But
people that are negative and voicing their opinion are the same ones that can't pay their own bills.
It's like fucking Mike Gundy. How the fuck? And they were killed. They've been killing Kendall Daniels because there was a couple of plays that he kind of loafed it on. You could tell. And I'm like, they're saying he quit. Well, who the fuck didn't quit? Y'all went 0-9 in the conference. First year
Over.
Oklahoma. Without Oklahoma,
Friggin-
without Texas, and you fuckers go 0-9. Wow.
That's friggin' pathetic.
Yeah.
Friggin' pathetic. But we tried to tell people it was coming. They wouldn't believe it. They kept saying, "Oh, we're gonna become the new OU in Texas. We're gonna run this conference.
Dominate the conference now." Remember Cody Light saying that they were gonna win 4 Big 12s by 2030?
Yeah. Oh, geez. I hope. I think what he meant was they're going to win 4 games by 2030.
It's possible. You know, that whole deal, it looked like they were gonna get rid of him. He has to fire his entire staff. And then he was checking to see if they were bluffing, calls their bluff, realizes they're not bluffing. And then he goes back, and now he's hired a whole new deal. Yeah, the actual highlight videos, dude. Yeah, hell yeah. He talent-wise, he's, you know, like I said, I mean, everything that Danny Stutzman is, you know, there's no talking bad about him. That guy has done things that you would not have expected him to do for who he was as a recruit. Kendall Daniels is a straight up animal. I think that he can be, and I think it's a good move for Oklahoma because rather than having to move Sammy O to the Cheetah if Kendall Dobie's not fully back yet right away, I think that you can move him to that Cheetah position and Sammy O can stay inside linebacker, which is probably what you need, right? No, just kidding. I hate them reindeer humpers. Yeah, I'm not a fan of those fucking kids. Haven't heard from Cody Light. Can he still speak? He had a rough year. He's having a rough year, man. Their basketball team sucks too. It's a tough year to be a Polk fan. Tough year to be a Polk fan right now.
But you know what is interesting to me is how people go into hiding.
Well, he's not in hiding. I mean, he goes on Locked On every day,
but you know, I don't know, and I know he's on Locked On, but it's still semi-hiding.
Well, he got a hold of me today, and I think I pissed him off a little bit. I don't care though, but I mean, I love Cody Light, but he said, "I want you to have me on your show to talk about Kendall Daniels." I was like, "Why the fuck would I bring you on this show so you can destroy that guy the way y'all did with Trace Ford and Kelly?" And he was like, I'm pretty offended that you would say that. And I was like, why? That's what y'all do. Y'all, I mean, you guys take that shit way too fucking personal.
Yeah.
Now there's a group of Oklahoma fans that do the same thing. But
sure.
But it ain't like those cats. Even like Doug Gottlieb and them, you know, saying stupid shit.
But you know, why does he want to come on the show just to talk about that? He used to come on the show just to talk football.
Right. Yeah. I don't know.
Not just to attack a kid.
See, and I'm not going to let him do that. I told him, I said, I got to tell you, I don't trust you. So we're going to have to record whatever this is. Yeah. I'm not going to go live.
There you go.
I just can't do it. Yeah. To be fair, if I asked if you could get him on last stream, I would get him. I love Okie like Cody, man. He's my buddy. You know, he pisses me off sometimes. But you know, hey man, I think we got to keep pumping that out there that Oklahoma State is now the AAA farm team of Oklahoma. I mean, you know, that I think it's a great comeback to anything they say. What's up there, T Boomer, Comanche Sooner, Mars Jams.
All right.
Hankster, man, I ain't seen enough of Hankster lately. I gotta say,
I know it. Hankster's been
Shadowfield. I know he just kind of hangs out whenever, but you don't always see him. Brandon Snake, David Whitehead, NIL killed Wazoo. You're back. Yeah. To go read it. If so, what do we have to do? Well, I was going to make that a members only deal, but I tell you what, I'll go ahead and let you guys take a look at it. Let me put the link in there. Let me find it. Thanks for asking, man. Thanks for asking. Now, before anybody gets all pissy at me about it, just understand that this is not me saying that I don't love Coach Venables and I don't think that he's the guy. I just think that there's a couple of things that could be, and not everybody agrees with me on this, by the way. But I tried to make it to be. Whoa. Got the merch in the mail today, Duke. Did you? You like it? Glad you like it, bud. Glad you like it. Hey, what's up there? Oh, Unc is in there. I was kind of giving him an okay, Chris. Me and K Chris kind of got into it last night on the show with those two guys. Well, we were arguing about Ethan Downs and stuff, going back and forth.
You and K Chris?
Yeah, this is his Unc, Tristan. So I was kind of giving them both shit. But thanks for coming in, Unc, man. You know I got nothing but love for you guys. Mars Jams, Duke Silver Sooner, Unc, Garrett Bullware, Steve B. Hey, man, love to see it, man. Love to see it. Make sure you guys hit that like button on your way in. We would appreciate it. Let's see. Hospital letting you be bailed out tomorrow, so the night is without any rush. Whoa. You're in the hospital? What are you doing in the hospital? Hankster? It was kind of funny. And Unc ended up taking my side towards the end. He said that K. Chris was an asshole. Not necessarily wrong.
That's funny.
It was funny. We had fun. And usually me and K. Chris get along fine. It's me and Chris Mason that yell at each other when I go on that show. But it is what it is. Still waiting for the burnt orange. Yeah. Well, you're going to be waiting a while there, Benji. You know? Until I throw up on something and take a picture of it, I guess.
I can send you some blue and gold if you want.
Well, hey, we do have. Hey, you know what, Coach? You didn't even say. How did you like that merch that I threw the Hall of Fame with the shamrock behind it?
It's good, but you know what? I haven't been to it. I mean, I saw it, but I need to order some.
Well, before you do, I have one coming in for you Wednesday, I believe. So let me get it to you first.
Man, you're too kind, dude.
Yeah, no, that's good. Gonna get nasty this weekend, man. I hear that it's not been good. And it looks like all this shit is gonna. It looks like all this shit is gonna get even worse, man. They're worried about the game in Dallas because of the weather. They're worrying about the weather in Dallas because, you know, now obviously if they're playing indoors, it's not about that. But getting to the stadium, how it is. It's a bitch driving around Dallas as it is.
As it is, yeah.
Add some snow and shit to it, it gets bad. add rain to it, it doesn't go well.
Exactly. Terrible drivers.
Pretty bad.
Comanche Sooner, I'm ready for that too, my brother. I'm ready for that too.
I think they are going to beat the shit out of them. I don't think it's close.
Well, I tell you what, everybody's calling that close ball game.
I'm not sure that it's that close. Well, lots of time for Emilio. Well, he does talk a little bit.
Yeah, a little bit.
He had old coach a little pissy that. Coach was that night. Shit was funny. But then he said he had Notre Dame beating Georgia, and Coach perked up, and it was all good after that.
We got good again, didn't we?
Did you cancel it? You're not going to go? You're not going now? I guess it is going to be pretty bad. Well, that's not going to be good if nobody's in the stands.
Who gives a shit who's in the stands? It's all about on the field, baby. Hey, I think we're going to be a sunny 70-something degrees.
I'll take this action right here, Orca. -20? Huh. What you want to put on it?
Yeah, I'll take that one.
Shit, me too. What you want to
Good
put on that one?
grief. Purple Orca. Are
Silly
you
talk.
are
I'll make
you
more.
smoking crack or something
Oh,
right
hell yeah.
now?
He's been talking about Penn State for weeks now, for whatever reason. I don't know what it is that
Wow.
he's loving on Penn State. But aren't you one of those guys that aren't you in Pittsburgh? So like you're a Pitt guy in state. I know you're an Oklahoma fan, but you're more of a. How do you get to root for Penn State and call yourself a Pitt fan? What's up with that shit? JJ be
That's
upset with you if he heard about that. Upset.
That's somebody. I wish we'd have had JJ on.
Yeah. I'll see what he's doing. I can shoot him. I'll shoot him one. He might be. He's probably pumping iron. That fucker. That's about all he does.
Yeah, I know. Shoot him one though.
I'll shoot him a link real quick.
Notre Dame -3.5 right now.
Yeah.
I think it started at 1.5 and then went to 2. It's gone to 3.5. I'm interested as why it's going up like that.
It is kind of interesting. I'm not sure what that's all about. Let's see, where is that?
I don't know.
JJ Kitchen. So I guess so. Man, poor old Herbie, he's still taking it on the chin.
Oh.
Even Fitzy's on his ass.
Is he really?
Yeah. If you're not a SEC fan, it's pretty easy to do. He's kind of sticking his foot in the ground a lot.
Sure.
Yeah, I haven't seen JJ in a while actually. So
Purple.
What Orca say?
He said FPSU, F West Virginia, what F Pitt, F Ohio State, F the world. I only like OU and Notre Dame.
He said F Notre Dame. He said F Notre Dame.
Now he didn't put Notre Dame in there.
No, the next one down. Look at the next one.
Oh, okay.
It's right here.
There it is.
I'll throw it on the screen. F Notre Dame.
Come on, Purple Orca. Come
I think
on,
Notre
brother.
Dame wins by 10 also. I think they at least win by 10. I think they might beat them by more than that. You sure? What's up there, Ryman Lemon? Purple Orca, Sooner Legend Podcast. T-Boomer. Good to see you guys. Those outside of the Metroplex or the state of Texas don't realize just what's coming weather-wise. They're talking about a once-in-a-generational winter storm. Yeah, didn't they have that year that they had the Super Bowl there? Didn't they have nasty-ass weather that year they had the Super Bowl?
I don't remember.
At Jerry World? Or maybe it was the national championship. One of them damn big games. They had it was bad weather, though. Yeah, that's saying something.
But it is. I mean, it driving there is treacherous when you get snow and, like you said, even rain. There's more damn wrecks than you can shake a stick at because those people don't know how to drive in it.
Yeah. Hey, don't say this stuff out loud, Duke. Damn it. That's not what we want. That's not what we want. And I got to tell you, I am not a fan of Ohio State, just so everybody understands this. But I think I got to tell you, Al-Qaeda against Texas. I got to tell you,
and I got to tell you, and everybody will throw stuff at me, but this week, hey, this week,
what the fuck is that?
I knew you'd say that. Hey, I want to play Texas.
Fuck that.
I want to play Texas.
I would want to play Texas if I was you two, though. I would want to play Texas if I was you two.
Absolutely.
But you still can't say that shit out loud. Fuck, dude.
I didn't say anything.
You threw that. Hey, that's worse. That shit is worse.
Here.
Oh fuck, man.
Yeah, shit. I'd love to get a piece of Texas's ass.
We have a friend who has a beach house on Jamaica Beach. Oh hell.
Oh hell.
That might be
Well,
a better
let's go, Benji.
might be a better place to be.
Hell yeah. Be the place to be.
I'm back. What in the hell is your head coach doing in starters versus starters mid-season that is chaotic and borderline insane? He could be that. He could be that. Look, I'll just say, I don't know. Let's talk about that a little bit. We'll get back to this other stuff. Look, I'm not saying nothing crazy. I think that what it boiled down to is, and here's what I've been hearing more than anything else, is that once things got as bad as they did, you get blown out by Texas. You get blown out by South Carolina, for fuck's sake. You hit the panic button. They had to, and I don't know that. I think that there was if you remember right, there were a lot of people calling for Venables' job that day. After the South Carolina loss, there were people calling for his head. Now, I don't know how real that was within the program and, the people that make those. I do boo people for less. Fair enough.
That's hilarious.
That's actually true.
Brandon.
Oh shit, that's fun.
Hell boot me.
Yeah, I kind of need you here. But I feel like what I was going to get at is that I believe that he kind of hit the panic button himself, and I think that he was feeling the pressure a little bit. Right? Sounds like he was overworking the coaches too, not just the players, the coaches too. And to me, I think you got to get back to. I know you know damn good and well that Dabo didn't let him do that. You know that Stoops wasn't letting him do that. At least later on, you're not going to let him be hitting on Sam Bradford and Landry Jones and even and Adrian Peterson and shit. That's just, there's no way he was allowing that. And taking the Phantom out. There are questions. Look, I think that the biggest thing is, and look, there's a lot of fans that are not on the boat anymore. They're not. And I do believe that, I think that it's become pretty clear with sports science, and there's plenty of information out there at this point that you've got to back off it a little bit. And Coach, tell me what you were just saying before we came on, talking about if you're going to go live, and what you would do.
Yeah. I think, and I go back to my coaching days, and I'm old school, just like Jason and I were talking about. I'm old school, and I will say this, that old school guys, we used to line up because the passing game wasn't as prevalent back in those days, and so it was 3 yards in a cloud of dust, and so you lined up and best on best, and your whole damn practice was nearly best on best. But as we move forward and transition more into a passing type game, you need to really back off and have less one-on-one time. But you got to have a little bit of it, guys, because your ones on both sides of the ball need to see that speed for at least 10 minutes in your practice. Okay. And you also want to put it, look at your week and set it up where it looks best in the week, maybe on a Tuesday practice or depending on when you're playing your ball game, you want to specifically put that in there. And maybe you do it twice a week, but a short amount of time is just right. Jason and I were talking about this earlier.
Thudding up stuff. I mean, maybe you don't have to wrap up and take them all the way to the ground. Thud them up a little bit. Do some stuff like that, maybe. But I think that's where Mike Boganowski was talking about. But I think that the further you get into the season, the less you need to do it. And so I'm good with 10 minutes on Tuesday. Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, it needs to be walked through, more rest and recovery and film. I mean, you can learn a lot in the film room too. And to me, I almost feel like, man, well, either if you really feel like you got to turn your dogs loose a little bit. I mean, isn't that what the scout team's for? But
Yeah,
I get what you're saying. The speed has got to be at the speed. I understand that part, and so I don't disagree with that. But what I would say is that I just don't feel like it's something that's necessary, and I think you could get a little more out of it, and you get fresher legs. Look, this thing's only getting longer. If you play for the national championship, you will have played 16 games.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's the thing. As it gets longer and it has gotten longer, and because of that, recuperation is critical and vital here. And so again, you don't need that much time to beat up on each other. I mean, that's where injuries.
Kevin Wilson and Heupel both did that. I've forgotten that Heupel was bitchy about it, but it doesn't surprise me. Kevin Wilson to this day hates BV. Can't stand his asshole.
But Jason, talking about that piece right there, but even going back to what you were talking about with him, putting his coaches through hell too. And I tell you what, I've walked in those shoes, guys, and I remember seasons when I was hell to deal with, because it's in those times that your things aren't going well and you're getting your ass kicked and you're searching for everything and you're not going to leave any stone unturned. And
Sure.
I know that there was some seasons that I did the same thing.
Sure.
Because as the head coach, you want to make sure you're covering everything and you're not messing around and missing out on stuff. And so, yeah, I there was times I overworked my coaches but I think that comes from the pressure of being the head coach and things not clicking the way they need to be. So I understand why he's done that.
And no doubt, I think that it's clear that I get where he's at, but I mean, here's the thing. Again, I know that he knows that it's a thing because we've heard stuff about late in the season where he was saying it to players and stuff during practice. I know I don't need to get on you hard too much, but I just like to and feel like we got to do this and he's an intense guy, man. He's an intense guy. Make no mistake about it. BV
he's an old school type coach.
As old school.
And the worst part about it is he's a defensive coach. And defensive coaches think we need to be getting after it every damn down the whole practice. That's just the way the defensive mindset is.
Mm-hmm. Well, and I think and I mean, but even like, let's see who he is. Satterfield says no more fall death camps, please. And I agree. I think that there's certain things that you just gotta. Well, and he can't afford it this year because the injuries are going to kill your career at this point. So you can't afford. I think that look. I guess I understand it. And Coach Rick said something about this to me earlier today. And Coach Ricks, if you're around, we can pop you in here for a minute too. But I was going to say, he said something about, when I had a young team, we might go a little harder when they're really young and we're trying to kind of get that in them, that put the dog in them a little bit.
Right.
By the time when you get to the point where you have juniors and seniors, you probably don't need to do that anymore.
No.
When you're led by veterans, you know what I mean? And even I think some of the guys that are coming in as juniors and, I don't even think they're going to have a ton of seniors this year, to be honest with you. A couple, right? But they've got a little bit under their belt because they've had to play. It's gotten younger in there. But again, the talent level's gone up for sure. But what we know is that you can't afford for your offense to be that damn bad again. You can't. Because it'll kill your defense too. The one thing that kept Oklahoma from having a top 10, top 5 defense was no offense. They were on the fucking field too much.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
That complimentary football matters, man. It really does. It really does.
There's no doubt that it does. You know, and as you say that, Jason, as you bring that up, you know, we talk about it all the time on here. I know people get tired of us talking about it, but you know, that's one of the things that I think helped Notre Dame win the ball game against Georgia was the complementary football and the defense helping the offense and the offense making a play when they needed to, and then the special teams. I mean, it was definitely complementary football versus Georgia, and it just goes to show you, like you're saying, how important that is.
Yeah. Well, and I mean, when Lincoln was here, it was they would score too quickly, and it was just, and he never let his foot off of the gas of just let's go for the throat, go for the throat, go for the throat, and that's well and good sometimes, but you leave if it's a 2-play drive, and I mean, or even if sometimes you go 3 and out, it's either feast or famine with Lincoln's offense a lot of times. You know what I mean? I think he's still struggling to kind of find that. I think he's still struggling to find that balance. I mean, I'm not saying anything good about Lincoln Riley, but
I don't think those guys ever find a balance. Those guys that are from Leach's family tree, I don't think any of them will ever find the balance.
Well, Heupel has, but he's, and I think it came by. Well, I don't think he had a fucking choice because he had a guy that couldn't throw to feed the starving birds, as you would say.
Right.
And so they got real serious about running the ball. But in turn, that has kind of turned it into right now their passing game isn't very good. And Nico's a hell of a passer, but he just, I don't know. There was something up with that.
Yeah,
I love hype, but in the end, I think that this is where you have to. I just feel like this is a make or break year for Coach. It is. It's a make or break year. There, a lot of the word out there is 8 wins at minimum, or you're out. I think that that's tough in view of the fact of the schedule that you have, because it's the same schedule with Michigan on the front end of it. Plus, all your easy games or your quote easy games are on the front, and then it's back to back to back to back with your Alabamas and Auburns and all them. Texas. It starts with Texas, and then it goes Texas, Mizzou, Ole Miss. Or I think Mizzou. It's the same last 3 as it was this year, but pretty much the same order. But it's all at one time. So the last 7 weeks are just fucking brutal.
Yeah.
So we'll see. I mean, you got to go on the road to Tuscaloosa. You got to go on the road to Neyland Stadium to play Tennessee. That's brutal. You get Auburn at home. You get LSU at home. Thankfully, you'll get Missouri at home. You get Ole Miss at home. I think you have it's the number 1 strength of schedule next year. That's right. So far. Billy Napier was in the same spot. And did they ended up winning 8 this year? Is that what they ended up winning? Well, DJ Lagway showed that he is.
He's a baller.
Woo.
Yeah, he's a baller.
Well, and honestly, I don't know that they beat Texas necessarily, but Lagway didn't play in that game. So, William Lorraine, welcome in, sir. It's been a while since we've seen you. Thank you for becoming a member. Appreciate that, sir. Good to see you, my man. How you been? If you want to become a member as well, you can always jump in there. I did, I would normally make that. I would have made that members only stuff today, and I planned on it, but I was actually having a hard time with the website, so I just said, screw it. I'll just go ahead and kick it out to y'all. I could have put it elsewhere, but I didn't really want to. So, look, I'll just say this: you got to get out there and find it. What if we lose 5 competitive one score, some 1-point losses, all the top 10, 12 teams by the end of the year? Well, I mean, I think it depends, man. I think it depends. I think it would have to be super competitive, but I think that if you're doing that, losing 5 games by 1 score again, there's still something wrong. Because you can't always lose those damn things. Coach, would you agree with that?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, no.
You gotta
certainly
find a
do.
way to make the right calls in that situation, and not, it better not be because your clock management sucks or any of that kind of stuff.
No, you can't afford to be coaching errors.
Yeah.
Hey, I do want to give a big shout out to my buddy Shotty.
Shouty.
All those statistics went to hell in a handbasket. And our
folks, we tried to tell him.
and our shitty kicker only kicked 3 field goals against them from 40 plus.
Yeah.
But anyway, that I just wanted to shout out to him on those statistics.
By the way, your kicker was drilling those freaking kicks.
Hey, before he got hurt, Jason, he was one of the best kickers in the country.
Yeah.
And he got hurt. And kickers are like pole vaulters. They're all fucking fruitcakes. You love them.
Kickers and pole vaulters.
You gotta have them.
This rant. Go ahead with this rant, please. Kickers and pole vaulters. What do you do with those guys?
Oh shit, man! I want them the hell away from me. I know that. Shit. I'll put some coach over there with them, or a first year coach, and tell him go work with the damn kickers.
Work with Farmer Fran.
Yeah, shit. I don't want to be around them. I don't even want to talk to them. And I tell you what, it's ironic, Jason, because I had some pretty damn good kickers through my coaching years.
You really did. Well, Adam was a freaking badass.
Yeah. And so I was really fortunate to have some good kickers, but they're still. I love Adam. I love all my kickers, but they're still a little fruity out there.
Yeah, kickers and pole vaulters, they're all fucked up.
Yeah.
They're all fucked up. You told me that day, and I was like, No, he's not wrong. I was like, he's not wrong. Kickers and pole vaulters. T-Boomer, thank you for 3 months of being a member of the channel. Appreciate that, my guy. William Lorraine, again, appreciate you becoming a member as well. Love it that you guys are doing that, man. It's big for us, huge for us. You can always become a member by just right next to that like button. If you're on your phone, you got to jump out of the chat section, and you can hit that join button. It's as low as $2.99 a month. That gets you into our Discord, which is definitely the best part about that membership, is just being able to go in there with those guys and chop it up with them and talk some smack. Definitely can do that. The other thing you can do to help us out is right there next to Coach, our merch store. As you can see there, we've got our I woke up dangerous looking sweaters, along with some of our different. Right now, I know a lot of people could use a skull cap, and with the logo on it. We've got a lot of hoodies, jackets. As you can see, I've got my hoodie on right now with the Hall of Fame logo on it.
Looking good, brother.
Yeah. We've got different shirts and hats and stuff like that. But yeah, we've got some stuff coming in. Definitely get in there and check it out. HOFmedia.us/pod-merch. A lot of good stuff in there. Really cool. You can also get your license gear for whoever you're a fan of, whether it's Penn State like old Purple Orca, or or them shitty ass Longhorns like Benji and the crew. You can definitely still hit that page up. It's HOFmedia.us/fanatics. HOFmedia.us/fanatics. You'll get the best deal you can get on Fanatics every day as long as you're using our link. Now, I'll just tell you, that don't hardly pay me shit. It doesn't. What it does do is it gives you guys it gives you a much better deal. A lot of times they even give, Fanatics is one of the places that never gives free shipping. They have good deals on most of their stuff, so they never give shipping. Sometimes going through our link, you can get free shipping on certain days. So you should always check it out. Their closeout stuff especially is amazing. I just ordered a pair of those really expensive those Zoom shoes or whatever for the Oklahoma ones, and they're usually like 150. I got them for like $90.
Oh wow.
So, lot better deal on there. Now, it's just you're gonna get some opportunities with it. The other way you can help that now, this is probably the best one is for if you're gonna use our if you're gonna do stuff, it's great to get the pod merch. That's great for us. But if you switch over to Mint Mobile, and it's basically like having T-Mobile, which is the largest 5G service in the country. First 3 months, now this is about to go away. First 3 months, unlimited talk, text, and data is $15 a month. You pay $45, whatever phone it is, for those 3 months. They're about to go away with that. It'll be back to $30 after that. But I would just tell you, that it's a great deal. It's a great deal. I'm saving $2,000 over a year's time off of what I was paying for the two phones through Verizon. So good deal. And I've had zero problems with it. So I'm a fan. I think it's a good deal. We actually get a decent commission off of that. But hey, you know what? None of that really matters. You help us out the most by hitting that like button and sharing us with your friends. If you guys enjoy the show, just make sure that you hit that like button. Share us. That's the big thing.
Absolutely. How many likes we got going right now, Jason?
We have, let's take a look. We've had a little over 300 people in here. We've got 30 likes. So we're at about
10%.
10%, which is better than normal. Bishop Frank gives out a membership as well. Thank you, Bishop Frank. Appreciate it.
What a great guy.
Appreciate
one of my favorites.
T-Boomer said, I'm happy to be a member of the Hall of Fame Mafia. Appreciate you, man, T-Boomer. And Bishop Frank, man, he's started more memberships for us than anybody. We're over 50 members now. We're at like 55 members. So
awesome.
That are coming back. So
Bishop Frank's one of my favorites.
Bishop Frank is the man. We appreciate him. All right. Appreciate everybody who has smashed that like button. Just make sure you wipe your feet. Don't be a freeloader.
Yeah.
You ain't got to buy anything. You ain't even got to super chat us. But don't be a freeloader and not at least hit that like button. Lately, I guess we've had some non-likers because our percentage is down around 94, 95 instead of 100%, which I don't think it's ever really 100. I piss people off quite often. I think that happens, but anyway. What'd you say? They have CFP gear with Texas and Notre Dame logos too. Yeah. Your Fanatic store. Get in there and get all that stuff, man. You got to get in there and get all that stuff.
Absolutely, Benji.
Going for Notre Dame to win it. I hate Texas. Me too.
We're in it to win it, baby.
Finally returned. Fuck your brand.
No sports for me. Hey, I'm over it. I just play golf these days, buddy. No more contact sports. I'm over it.
Oh, I love it. Love it.
No, yeah, Bishop is the man. Hall of Fame college football wouldn't be the same without him. Definitely would not. It definitely would not.
Absolutely. Hey, I tell you what, it wouldn't be the same with all you guys. Y'all are incredible.
It is. I tell you, we say it all the time, but I mean, probably not enough. That I wouldn't trade my audience for anybody's. Wouldn't do it. Would not do it. These guys are awesome. They show up.
Great group.
They're here every time we turn it on. I just love it. We only got about 30 more minutes with the coach. So what else we got? Let's go ahead and talk about these games this weekend. Texas and Ohio State. And Penn State, Notre Dame, which that one's Thursday. So we can talk about that one first. Let me share the screen real quick. Maybe. I don't know where it's at. It ain't working, damn it.
Rhyme lemon.
What do you say now?
I love it.
Texas makes it to the championship and chokes like they always do. Best prom day in the nation.
I love
Nobody's quite like you, buddy. I love it. I love it. I love it. Where we go?
All right, Bishop Frank. I like it. I like it.
Yeah, man. Hey, I picked them to win this damn thing about a month ago. So
Yeah, you did. You did.
I
know,
believe they can. Do I? I mean, are you concerned a little bit? I think everybody is. If Ohio State, and this is an if, of course, but if Ohio State plays the way they've been playing, nobody feels good about it because they look good. They look good without a doubt. So obviously, we're down to the nut cutting here. Final four: Penn State, Notre Dame on Thursday night, Ohio State and Texas in Jerry World. Look, I think this game down in Miami, the weather should be good. I think it's a situation where, I don't know, man. You've seen something different about your Irish, though, Coach. It's just a different look. They don't look like that deer in the headlights thing like they had in the past couple of seasons.
Well, I tell you what, we've been here. We've been in the big dance. We've gotten our ass throttled, and I go back to Marcus Freeman has really, really recruited well.
Yeah.
Him and his coaches have done a great job recruiting because, guys, and many of you may not know this, but we're like 5 starters that we started the season with that are all injured.
Yeah.
And we've battled through.
The culture is headed that way, yeah.
Yes. And I think we saw it the other night against Georgia. Hell, in the past, Georgia used to line up and just whip our ass. But you could feel the difference this time. And so I think we've caught up. I think we're in the best shape that we've been since '88. And I think we have an opportunity to win this ball game against Penn State. I think they've got a good program going. But again, I don't think they've seen the defense that they're going to see against Notre Dame. But they do have two great backs, have a great tight end, and obviously they have a hell of a quarterback.
That tight end is a fucking weapon. I'll give you that one.
He's an animal.
Shit.
And he can present some problems for us. He really can. But I think we may have to bracket him a little bit and do some different things to hold him down. They even play him at quarterback at times.
Mm-hmm.
They put him back at quarterback.
I think you're going to have to put pressure on Drew Allard. I think that Drew Allard can throw it. He can throw it. But I think that the thing about them is, aside from that tight end, the other guys don't get separation. And especially, I think that's where you have the biggest. I think that Notre Dame's probably your biggest advantage is the fact that you gave up a couple of big plays here and there, but that was because you were sending the house and shit on zero and stuff and trying to make sure that you got to that guy. So you gave up a couple of plays. I've also seen this secondary shut down people completely. Yeah. I mean, look, one thing we know Louisville can do is throw the football around.
That's right.
They didn't do shit against Notre Dame. Nothing. And and nobody runs it on you. Nobody runs it on you. That's for sure.
They haven't. Penn State has, Singleton and that other back. I mean, they're both pretty damn good running backs. So we'll definitely be tested up there. I was expecting Georgia to line up and run the ball against us.
They couldn't. They tried.
But they didn't. They tried. So it'll be interesting to see how our defense stacks up against these two running backs. Now, I tell you what, something that these guys do a little different, Penn State running the ball, is a lot of their stuff is off tackle. They're trying to get those backs to the perimeter, which I honestly wish we would do more of ourselves. But they're really good at hitting the off tackle and running the zone stretch and getting on the perimeter on you. So it's it'll be interesting.
Yeah,
if our defense holds up, we'll win the ball game.
Fucking throw it, Orca. What's up there, JW Crunch? Shit talker, JW Crusties. another Texas fan. I actually like this guy though. He's okay. He kind of talks a little.
JW Crusties.
He talks a little shit, but he doesn't talk too much. All right. And F Pedo State is what John Bratton says. That's funny. Now, look, I would just say that, them having 2,000-yard rushers, you know why? Because they ain't got anything close to a 1,000-yard receiver, except for that tight end. And that's him getting a lot of yak yards. Guys, I'm a fan of Kotelnicki. I'm a fan of what he does. But
I am too.
I don't think that they have – Notre Dame's defense is going to probably step on their neck. I don't know that it's that close. I'm closer to what my mom just said here, 28-14. I think that could definitely happen.
Wow.
So I mean, I don't think that this one's that close.
Yeah, I hope it's not. And Jason, we go back to early in the season. I've been talking shit about Penn State all year long, and wondering why the hell they had them ranked above Notre Dame, which we obviously know we got our ass handed to us in week 2 of the season.
Sure.
But
handed to you by 1 point. Yeah.
Well, but it's who it was against.
I get it. That they're capable of choking. You're talking about week 2, goated. Week 2 with a hurt quarterback. That was to me, that was definitely on. That was that you were already pissed about, look, they're still making stupid mistakes in the coaching staff and not playing one of those backup guys when you knew that Riley couldn't throw in that game.
Yeah.
I agreed with that. Other than that, when have you seen them really struggle? They didn't really struggle against Georgia last week.
They
did it.
And it's just one of those things. And I'm with you, Jason. I can't agree with that statement because we've really not been in a really tight ball game.
I think that did they overlook them a little bit? Probably. They were coming off of a tough game on the road in week 1. Little banged up quarterbacks. A few things happened. But the rest of the year, they just steamrolled everybody.
But that's what has actually, I think, helped propel us through this season, because Marcus Freeman did not let them forget that and kept talking about, hey, remember how you felt after this ball game? If you want to feel like that again, here we go. But no, I truly believe we'll win the ball game, and I think and again, guys, let's look at people are talking about, well, y'all didn't throw but for like 90 yards in the ball game.
They didn't have to.
We didn't have to throw for more. I mean,
they ran the shit out of the ball.
Absolutely. And guys, let's admit it. You got to be able to run the ball even if you throw it.
And I'm going to say something to this one too. Orca, stop it. They shouldn't have been in the. Okay, I know what you're doing. You're making your little comment about Florida State last year. Blah blah blah. Whatever. Last week you were picking Georgia to beat the shit out of Notre Dame with.
I remember. Yeah.
No, you ain't. It's what he said.
You put it in reverse, brother. You're putting it in reverse.
Come
on. Quit talking out of both sides of your mouth.
He's been full of shit for a while lately. I don't know what's going on with Orca. But no, and I agree with this. So that it lit a fire under their ass. Still burned there. And I think this is right. The complete team part. Professor said it to us when we were on the show together last week.
Yeah.
in the morning show. He was like, I think this is the most complete team in the game, in the country, period.
Yeah.
Now, I think overall, if you're looking at a team that can beat you in a lot of ways, it's Ohio State. I think
Sure.
I think that overall, if they play well, nobody touches them. But
I agree.
I think but I think that Notre Dame is probably the only one that if they're playing well, that they can hang with them and maybe still win. You did everything but beat them last year.
Yeah. Yeah. Except have enough people on the damn field.
Yeah. Yeah. And this isn't about being a fan. I'm not even an Irish fan. But I can appreciate a good football team when I see it.
Absolutely. And obviously I am a huge Notre Dame fan, but I got to tell you, and Jason will tell you guys, I'm in the middle of their ass about a lot of things.
Oh, yeah.
But they're playing well, and guys, there's a lot of pieces that have come together here. I spoke about one of them earlier was the recruiting piece, but look at the two offensive coordinators that Marcus Freeman has there. They're as good as any coordinators in the country, and they're sitting there on the same team. So I think that's made a huge impact. And again, playing against the SEC, we had a coordinator that obviously had come from the SEC, running the offense, and so there's things that are kind of falling into place for Notre Dame, and I just don't think Penn State's the one that's going to get it done. Obviously, that's why we play the game. But again, I think if we can pressure Drew Allard, stop the run game, they're in for a long night.
Well, that's the one thing that more than anything that we say offensively, I mean, first off, I don't think that I like the running backs that they have at Penn State. Don't get me wrong, but I don't like what they have receiver wise. It's not close whenever you're talking. And even Notre Dame's receivers haven't been necessarily great. They're certainly more dynamic. But I don't even give a shit about any of that. I'm going to tell you why you're going to win. You have the better defense.
And I think that's the bottom line. And I tell you what, and a lot of people will disagree with me here. I think we have the better quarterback.
No, I don't think that that's his question either. I think that Aller has an opportunity to be very good. And I think that another year with Kotelnicki is going to help him a lot because they need to get some of those. They're going to have to get one of those big-time receivers. They're going to have to. It is a must because they don't have guys that can fucking separate. And I think somebody's already said it in here a few times. I don't remember the last time that they had a good receiver at Penn State. I don't.
No.
Like a guy that you're like, holy shit, that guy can get it.
No.
And man, you got to have a dynamic receiver or two. And they haven't even found a guy like an FCS guy that, for whatever reason that he wasn't in Division I, but he's put up a ton of yardage or something, had an injury or something like that or something, I find it hard to believe that they hadn't been able to do it.
Purple
because
Loca, I think
his arm is NFL ready. I think that.
Oh yeah, I agree.
He's got a better arm than Riley Leonard does, but I think Riley's a lot more poised.
Oh, yeah. I'm telling you, Riley steps up when things get tough. He steps up and makes plays. Bottom line.
Yeah. Ohio State champs. We are so powerful. We're bringing the whole North, including the weather, to Texas. They stand no chance. I got to give you some props on that. You know why? Because they are.
And call your team trash. Because that's what they are. Trash.
Fuck Texas. Nice comment. Like it.
Benji, and I gotta say, why is everybody so fucking married to he's better because he can throw it? So if I have two quarterbacks and one runs
on,
for
though.
200. Hang on. If I have two quarterbacks and one runs for 200 yards and 2 touchdowns,
Yeah.
and the
Oh,
other one, the throwing quarterback, throws for 200 yards and 2 touchdowns, how's one better than the other?
Put the numbers up. And look, it's not like he never throws touchdowns either. It's not like he never throws touchdowns. Yeah, we had to do it. Fuck Texas, man. He's got to get him at least once. I'll probably get him another couple of times. Chris Godwin was a third rounder from Penn State. You know why he went in the third round? Because he went to Penn State. I honestly didn't remember that, Brandon. Thank you. You're better if you win consistently. In the end, look, I think it's overplayed that saying that Riley Leonard can't throw the football. He can throw the football. He doesn't throw it as much, and he's certainly more of a dual threat guy. But here's one thing we know. Mike Denbrock knows how to use the dual threat quarterback. He did it to a damn
and he's used him just the way he's wanted to.
That's right.
I'm telling you, I'd rather, and guys, I know this is an old-fashioned saying, but you know what?
How many times have you seen them play this year, honestly, Benji? How many times have you seen them play this year, honestly? Because he can throw the football.
Well, Benji, that's an asinine fucking statement. Coach, what I'm saying is if you take away the run from Notre Dame and Notre Dame is forced to throw it, I'm not buying Leonard doing that.
Because he hadn't watched
and
them.
You know
That's
what?
He said he hadn't watched them.
And you know what? What if fucking Allard can't throw the ball? You know what, Benji? I love you, but you know what? Your statements tonight, you and Purple Orca, I don't give a shit what you're saying tonight. You know what, guys? In a nice way, fuck y'all. We don't give a shit.
See, he doesn't even have to repeat it. He doesn't even have to repeat it. I appreciate you guys getting him all lathered up, by the way. That's good.
Absolutely shit.
Well, he's only here for another 10 minutes and he's got to go to basketball practice. It's going to be nice.
My grandson, man, my grandson.
Heck yeah. He's hooping now, huh? He's
hooping. Yeah. He's a 260-pound hooper.
That's fucking a force in the paint.
Hey, I'm telling you. You know that sucker's as tall as my wife already, brother.
He's gotten big, dude. The last time I saw him, I was like, son of a bitch. Well, we know that he pushed around them fucking Texas Tech players at the camp. Shit.
Oh, he's a character.
I was giving Coach, I don't know if I've told you guys that entire story. Coach took him to Joey McGuire's camp last summer, and I said, the fuck are you doing that for? I was like, aren't you worried that the mediocrity might rub off on his ass? and he goes,
was hilarious.
No, here's why. He sends me a video of the dude knocking the shit out of the dude that plays for them, starts for them, holding the blocking pad. He's driving his ass backwards. 9 years old. It was fucking great.
It was hilarious.
I love it.
And then you asked why Tech was getting beat.
No wonder, right? Yeah, you wonder why they always get beat.
Yeah.
Why do you feel your horns went? Oh, he ain't gonna be able to tell you that. He ain't gonna be able to tell you that, Ohio champion.
You know what? I just hope the Horns win so we can play them in the Natty, and Benji Leonard will run all over your ass. He'll bitch slap you guys.
And call your team trash. Because that's what they are, trash.
People that are negative and voicing their opinion are the same ones that can't pay their own bills.
Any updates on Skippy? Who's Skippy? Who are you talking about? Who's Skippy?
Oh shit!
I don't know what we're talking about here. Jeremiah Smith is a cheat code. I will give you that.
Amen to that, brother.
Holy shit. Holy shit. But here's what I would tell you. The concern that I have with Ohio State is not anybody other than that quarterback. We've all seen Howard fuck it off. Piss right down both legs. We've all seen it.
No, I think it's very possible. Very,
If
very
they
possible.
play like they've played the last 2 weeks, nobody beats them.
If they play consistent, correct.
Yeah.
But they have not over time been a consistent football.
I think that the concern is going to be that it looks like that Michigan game may have fucking lit a fire under their ass that could be bad for everybody.
Well, thank God it did, because it should have.
It should have. Yeah. Yep. They just get Howard to throw to our weapons and we win. No, you're not wrong. Oh, Skip Bayless. Ooh, yeah, I don't know. Have you seen all that stuff, Coach? Skip Bayless and his sexual harassment stuff on Fox Sports. It's a shit show over there. Yeah.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Joy Taylor's been sleeping around apparently and all that stuff. I mean, it's wild stuff. It's wild stuff, man.
Hey, Jason, for Ben G, can I talk about the Texas OSU game real quick?
Yep.
Texas gets their ass kicked. Okay, I'm done.
Yeah, I expect it. Jim Knowles is leaving Ohio State for OU, the rumor is floating around.
What?
It's possible, I guess. I don't know if I was supposed to believe that out loud, but if the rumor's floating around, it's not the first. He's not the first.
Yeah.
To do it, so
exactly.
Jim Knowles to Oklahoma. I don't know that I understand this though. Apparently, we're all Joyce types. You totally redeemed yourself right there, Benji. The best was Jason Whitlock saying, "I didn't want her around me because I know who the kind of person I am." She was gonna be like, "Oh yeah, I want you, Big Daddy." Apparently, that's what's going around there, Ohio State champs. I don't know.
Wow.
That would be pretty wild. I got to tell you, I don't know that I buy into all this. I know Brandon Drum's been saying it the last couple of days. First of all, you guys know what I think about Brandon Drum. You don't know shit. But but I guess I can understand what he's saying, that Coach Venables wants to not have to be so locked in to the defensive side. But I have a hard time believing he's going to let go of it, especially with his job on the line as much as it is this year.
I tell you what
you're hearing. Okay, well, I don't know.
I think if he doesn't let go of it, I think that's going to be his downfall.
I could say, but I would agree with you to an extent. I don't know that you want him right now trying to be more involved in the offense. I don't know, man. I got mixed feelings about it because I think
but he needs to he needs to be part of each one of those groups. He doesn't need to lean heavy to the defense because that's what he is. He needs to diversify himself to the offense, to the defense, to the special teams. And I can't say he's not doing that. I'm just saying he really needs to make sure that's what he's doing.
I want to see him really focusing on like situational managing the clock, thinking ahead of things, being a little more strategic. I want that. What I think though is that I don't know that right now your defense is on the verge of being right there, right? And I think that Jim Knowles is a hell of a coach, by the way.
Yeah.
And I don't know that he necessarily runs anything a whole lot different than what because we're running more of a 4-3 anyway. They're not running the 3-3-5 like, huh?
No. Pretty much, yeah.
I think it's pretty close.
Yeah.
But I think if you don't stick to things the way they are with that defense, you can't afford to have it fall off, even if the offense comes back a little bit, right? I don't know. Noel's fiance actually lives here in the OKC area. Yeah. I know that him and the Godfather don't get along for shit. I've heard that a bunch. I know that Knowles and Larry Johnson haven't gotten along since he got there, from what I understand. Knowles might replace Gundy if he wanted it. Do you think he wants it? I think that would have already happened.
Wants that.
But here's the thing: they're still trying not to fire the son of a bitch.
Yeah. I hope they keep him forever.
Yeah, I still feel like
Jace,
this is more likely to happen. Yeah, Coach, you got to get.
I'm gonna have to get out of here, guys. Hope next time we're talking, we've got an Irish team in the finals. So, but anyway, thank you guys. Appreciate you guys. And Jason, love you, man. You do a great job, and thank you for having me.
I love you, man. We'll talk to you later.
Okay. Later, guys.
Tell the boy I said tell Michael I said have fun out there tonight.
I'll tell him.
All
okay.
Right,
later. Bye-bye.
Coach Roy Ball. Appreciate him coming in as always. Whoa, that's way too much of me. Yeah, I don't know, man. I think that I wouldn't mind it if it's Jim Knowles. I know they don't do a whole lot different. So maybe that would work out. We'll see. We shall see. He has a hold on a minute. Benji, I know you don't want this to go down, but he would have the most athletic guys he's ever had at Oklahoma, too. It's not the problem, bruh. It's not the problem. Yeah. The mystery name. Yeah. I'd actually heard about it yesterday a little bit. I didn't know if I believed it or not yet. But I just heard it from somebody that I trust. So I don't know if I was supposed to blurt it out or not. Oh well. Boy, that just Ohio State champs just split and fucking he said leave my DC alone and he gone. Bullshit. That's bullshit. Which one? Who? You talking about Caleb Downs? Okay. Full of shit, bro. Oh, do they? I'm not listening to Parker and Brandon. I'm hearing it from somewhere else. But I hadn't really thought, to be honest with you, I'm of the opinion that I guess if you go get a guy like that, sure, fine. Okay. They don't run a ton of stuff that's really different. But because they're not a whole lot of different. They could have truth. Oh shit, even Ohio State champs are saying it. Oh yeah? Who's it coming from? Is that coming from the Bucknuts fellas or what? See, even our boy Ohio State champs is saying it, and you know he don't want that. But am I not right that Larry Johnson and him do not get along and haven't gotten along? They definitely sign a lot of guys. Listen, I'm gonna sit here and tell you that none of that shit matters. Just you're gonna go on the stars and stuff. I don't give a fuck. Oklahoma has those guys. Buck nuts, not butt nuts. The buck nuts. 5.5 point favorite. What are you hearing? Yeah, they hate each other. Yep. Yep. So I've heard there's been a lot of crazy shit back and forth that trying to screw each other over. LJ doesn't work and play well with him. Whatever, dude. I'm not buying it. I'm not buying it. The defensive line we have, the defensive edge guys that we have, they're all loaded. And I don't even buy all this stuff about the secondary that people want to talk. I don't buy it. It is what it is, man. It is what it is. We know that you don't have. We know that Texas don't have shit compared to Oklahoma. So it's not like he's losing anything. And if he's having I mean, look, if he can work better with the guys at Oklahoma, maybe it works out. What have you heard? Yeah, I know. I've heard that. I did hear that. Yeah, whatever. It sounds like it may be true. Sounds like it may be true. Blind squirrel finds a nut some days. Are you just you rolled your eyes with this, Neilio? So what does that mean? Yeah. A lot of people apparently are hearing it. One of the guys that I trust is the one that just said that he sent me a text message that I probably shouldn't have blurted out, but apparently it's going around, so I'm probably good. I have a friend who's close to BOR members and they said Knowles is looking elsewhere possible. I think you kind of have to be in view of the fact that, although I don't know that it makes a whole lot of sense to be looking that way. Because I don't know. But I think Knowles may feel like he may have a chance at the job if it didn't work out. I mean, who's to say? And he should probably be getting a head coaching job before too long. It's the kind of hires that Oklahoma seems to like to make. First-time head coaches for whatever damn reason. It works out sometimes. It's worked out. I'd say the only reason that it worked out with Lincoln Riley is because you had so much built up in the recruiting pipeline and he didn't have to hire coaches or any of that shit right away. Oh, what? I don't think you're an idiot at all, Neilio. You know as much about shit as anybody that I know. Since when is you know what? Hey, Benji, that'll make them a whole lot different than Texas. They always have the best recruits. Since when the fuck does that matter? They still win about as much as y'all's ass do. Let's see. Let's see what we find out here. Let me go take a look at a couple things real quick. Oh yeah, did I say thanks to Okie Light for being our? I just do want to make sure that anybody passes it along to Okie Light that we're thankful for them deciding to stay behind in the Big 12 and be our farm unit. We appreciate it. Farm school. Kendall Daniels, and man, they're still loading up. Sterling Dixon, another linebacker from Alabama, is apparently getting some looks at OU. I don't know if that's going to go down or not. Have better classes than Texas? Sometimes they do. They're definitely more consistent. I will give you that. They've been consistently getting their ass kicked by Michigan, which could lead to them getting rid of Day at some point if he doesn't win it. I don't know. I think he still bought himself another year. But maybe he's sick to death of Larry Johnson. And if his girlfriend lives in Oklahoma City, it makes sense. Yeah, I saw that one too. Yeah. Apparently he's going to be a PWO. But that kid is that Jeff Robertson kid. He's pretty good. Oh. It would be huge if we could get listen, I'll say this. If that's the level you're going to, I'm good with that. It's like I said, I don't mind if it wouldn't bother me if they'd have went with Wes Goodwin, right? Because he knows what Venables wants to do. I think it's status quo. You're good to go but then you still have to expect that Venables is going to continue to call everything. I think that's just the way it is. But I would say that if you're going to go in that direction, you go get a guy like Jim Leonard, or you go get a guy like, like this guy, that'll piss. Okay, I'll tell you what. You want another? This would be like the biggest kick in the balls to Okie Light would be this whole week if that turns out to be true. Knowles they're ruining the day that Okie Light. I mean, you remember that all they had to do was just bump his salary up a little and he stays. And nope. Yeah, you did see Jay Sean Ross from Alabama, local KC kid, transfer back to the area today to Climbing in K-State. That's big. That's big. So I was going to ask you about that too, Neelio. Are they going to have Matt calling the plays next year? Did he decide on that? Has he announced that shit? Cry about it, Benji. Cry about it. Nani doesn't like the fucking Longhorns either. And if somebody doesn't get rid of Sooner Cowboys, I'm going to lose my shit. Yeah, he would. He would. You're right. It was the same thing. Apparently, that was the same thing with USC. He wanted to take over the whole thing. And although they kind of let them, well, they hired all the guys, but Lincoln's not in charge of shit at SC when it comes to the defensive side of the ball. So it was weird to me that he didn't go ahead and make that hire. I like Jim Leonard, but I do think that, Jim Knowles is definitely right up there with him as far as what he's done over the last few years. And again, I think Oklahoma State keeps him around if Gundy just gives him that pay raise that he gave himself instead. Fucking clown. Oklahoma State's like the gift that keeps on giving, keeping Gundy around. Fucking awesome. I love it. Okay. Cool. That's what they should do. And I still don't understand if that was the route they were going, why they didn't go with Matt Wells at Oklahoma. That's what makes me feel like that was a Joe C move, because I know that BV's got a lot of respect for Matt. So I don't know. It's weird to me. Splashiest hire. It'd be pretty splashy. Pretty splashy. Could also be considered like you might be hiring your damn replacement. Mm-hmm. I don't know what I think about it yet, but it would be good. It would look, if we're, coach just said it, if you're going to do what you need to do and becoming a CEO, and you want to be able to trust somebody that you can turn it over to them and get the hell out of the way, I think it's Jim Knowles. But you would have to get out of the way, though, Ganja. You would have to, because this isn't a guy that wants you. I think it's the same with Jim Leonard. These are coaches that don't need your help. It's not like having Zach Alley, where, and even he thinks he don't need your help. Dumbass. Yeah. He's got a good relationship with Oklahoma for sure, and with Brennan then, but it's kind of a weird. But I know that I've heard that him and Kleiman got along really well. It's good. Yeah. Knowles gave Sark fits too. He did. So did Kalen DeBoer. It'd be a big move if that's what happens. That would be a huge move. It would be a huge move. He probably needs to be in those offensive meetings. I think he does too. I don't disagree with what you're saying, Benji. I think it'd be a huge move. It'd be a huge move. Phil Parker from Iowa. Could. Stevie G, don't do it, man. Guys are playing with fire saying that shit. I heard something about who's the coordinator at Minnesota? Young guy, but he's doing a really good job. I don't think it's the new defense is the thing, Ganja. I think that they run very similar stuff. He's multiple. He can run a lot of stuff, but he runs more of that 4-3 that we're seeing more out of with Oklahoma anyway. I don't think it's a big change. Crystal Chicken Wings just trolled and said Rex Ryan for the OUDC. We've done that before. We've done that before there. The Crystal Chicken Wing, he may be back in the 90s there. I heard he was going to be the Jets head coach again. Somebody just said that. Yeah. Well, and here's the thing. I think that Jim Knowles is smart enough to know that he doesn't have to come in and make a bunch of drastic changes on a defense that is being run by the best defensive coordinator in football. And he runs similar stuff. It's really that good. He is. And listen, I think it's the system. Go look at what they do right now. It's not really different. It's not really that different. Oh, who interviewed Rex? The Jets did or Oklahoma did? Really? Wow. Well, I will say this. Who the hell? How many guys do you know in the NFL that are better than the Ryan brothers? Shit. 2,100 on a Tuesday night, and Texas still sucks.
The brand has finally returned. Fuck your brand.
And that's the format, and USC sucks.
So does USC.
And call your team trash. Because that's what they are. Trash.
There you go. Dude. They should have won. Well, part of that shit had to do with Lincoln throwing the fucking game, but they should have damn sure beaten Baylor. Mm-hmm. I don't think it's a bad move. Yeah, well, that's what Oklahoma's running. That 3-5 shit it don't work in the SEC. It's a big move. It'd be a big move if they do it. They'll have to open up the purse strings a little bit, because he's definitely, they're gonna make a move to keep him. If you remember that Ohio State was struggling on defense more than I've seen them in a while. We're talking about a program that's just putting out number one pick after number one pick. But all of a sudden, they were not good for a few years. Yeah. That's possible. I'd be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised if the Jets did it. I think he got along with Woody John or whatever, Mr. Johnson, whoever it is, the Johnson & Johnson dude. Is it Woody Johnson, I think? I think you're right. I'm surprised. I'd be surprised to see Rex Ryan back in college football. I'll just tell you that. I don't see him going back to recruiting. Yeah. He did. What's up there, D? What are you up to, my guy? Good to see you. Have you been hearing this? What's right here about the possibility of Knowles being the new DC? That would be a big splash. It really would be a big splash. That's true. But hold on. That's also because they play in a shit-ass conference. And the Big Ten is still, I'm not super top-heavy, man. People saying that the SEC is top-heavy makes me laugh. Who do I have winning tomorrow, Cavs or Thunder? I'm going to go with the Thunder. And it in OKC? I think it's going to be the Thunder. Yeah, apparently that's what's going around the water cooler. I just heard it from one of my source guys that knows this shit most of the time. You like this one, Hank? Do you like the move if they make it? Pretty big deal, right? Pretty wild. I don't know. We'll see what happens, but it's a big deal. If it goes down, it goes down. Did you time him out again? Stephen G got his ass again. That's funny. So who interviewed Rex though? Are you talking about the Jets? Who said that? I just saw it. Damn it. Oh, Kyle said that. The Jets did. Okay. Yeah, I've been hearing that a lot lately. I don't hate it. I think that it doesn't make a big I think it'll be okay, Derek, because like I was saying, he runs a lot of 4-3 stuff. That's what you're getting out of BV. I think it'll help take BV out of having to do it and having to be so involved in that, and he can become more of the CEO that you feel like you need him to be. I don't know that I believe he's going to get out of the damn way right now because his ass is on the line. But here's something to ponder. Here's something to ponder. I know everybody's all about 8 wins or he's out. They do still owe him a lot of money, though. And a hire like this might buy him another year if they win 7. Because you've got 2 brand new coordinators again. And you're looking at, okay, yeah, you're still you're not, and look, I'm not going to sit here and tell you I definitely understand that people are getting anxious and over anxious for it. I think that if you think long and hard about it for just a second, firing Brent Venables doesn't get you the natty you want any sooner. Which school you were talking about? These damn nurses made me give myself a sponge bath. What kind of shit in hospital are you at? Supposed to do it. They needed to be doing that. Unless they're Berthas. I mean, you probably don't want them to. I think so too. But I think that they may that may open it up to give him more time. He's recruiting better than we've seen them recruit in a long time. You put his recruiting ability with a guy like Knowles, and he can recruit too. Don't get me wrong. I don't think it hurts you. And plus, you brought in a brand new offensive coordinator. You've got a quarterback thing that's working right now. I don't know. Just remember something. Remember something real for just a second. Big Mike Boganowski said on the show last Monday, not this past one, but the one before, that he's not so sure that next year is his last year if they don't win 8. And I think there's a reason behind all that. I think that it's hard to get rid of those dudes that quick. Oh, you're not getting no argument on that one from me. What's up, Jenna? Good to see you. Oh, I agree with you. His ass is on the line. Maybe he realizes he needs to do it this way. Look, I think that if you're already recruiting very well. Now you add another, I mean, this is an all-star move if you do that. If he's willing to come, you might be willing to keep it intact for at least another year. And, hey, this is a 2-year plan. Go get us a natty. Maybe. What do you guys think? Tell me what you think. Hankster, did you understand what I was getting at? Apparently, Jim Knowles may be coming to OU. That's what everybody's saying. No. Well, that would tell you that I've been telling you that I don't think it's been on TV. I don't think he wanted to hire Seth. And I know that he wanted to fire him. Despite what he said in the press conference, he wanted to fire his ass after Texas. I think he wanted to fire him during the spring. What's Big Mike think about Knowles? I'm guessing he probably likes him. Yeah. Look, if they make that hire, I think it may signal a little something different. That's all I know. It may signal a little something different. I do think that, as I said, you guys should get over there and check out that column. I'll pop it back in there real quick for everybody. But I would just say that I think that Venables needs to focus on some of the things that he's not doing as well as we'd like him to. And you know what? Getting a guy like Knowles to take over that shit for him, maybe that stops there being so much of this brutality midway through the year. you know. Too much one-on-one. Now, I'll tell you this, Big Mike does not agree with me on that, on what I said about that. We had a conversation after he read. You guys can get in there and check that out after the show or whatever. We'll see. Talking about Beyonce knows, right? Yeah. If only. If only. Yeah. Yeah. I agree. Full toolbox. Yeah. Look, I think that I definitely think you can. I think that the things that aside from running a defense, which we know he can do that. But the other best thing about BV is the kids love him, man. They love his ass. They'll ride with him. They love hearing, you know. I think that they even, well, the sources that I heard from on that column that I wrote, they're not even guys that are still in the program. They don't dislike BV. They don't. So a straight trade. I love it. Uh-huh. I like it. I like it. A straight up trade. Good call. That's funny shit. You know, but he recruits his ass off. I remember one of the first times that I talked to Coach Dent, to Marcus Dent, he was talking about how they were blown away by Venables in the house when he showed up to their house in Mississippi. That he was just all energy, man, excited, pumped up. So pop in to say Texas sucks, horns down. Take that every time.
And call your team trash. Because that's what they are, trash.
Noah Thomas, they did. Uh-huh. Mm-hmm. Why not? Kendall you know what? Actually, Kendall Daniels had his best damn season under Jim Knowles. That was his All-American, freshman All-American year. He was unbelievable. .6'4", 240. Whew. I think K. Chris was I think he hit it pretty right on. I think that they're going to want to use him either in more of I could see them using him in more of a cheetah role. I could also see them using him more close to the line. Like kind of how they were using Deshaun McCullough but this dude gets in the backfield, brother. Whew. And for as much as, you know, Chris is bitching and complaining about them getting to the quarterback, that's something he does a good job of. I absolutely know that. Is he? Ooh. I don't know. It's a good question. Did he burn the bridge? I don't know. Oh. Hey, thank you, CW. Appreciate you, my man. I appreciate it, folks. Make sure you guys hit that like button. I am going to have to go ahead and get out of here. I got some stuff I got to get done. But get over there and check out the column, man. Tell me what you think. You know what? I don't know if there's a way I need to look at that. If there's not a way, as a matter of fact, though, something you can do while you're there on hofmedia.us is you can actually go over there and rate the show rate our podcast. It'll help us with our. We don't do it. I haven't been putting the audio enough over there, which I should start doing more of. In fact, I'm actually working on trying to automate that a little more. So, but get over there, give us 5 stars. You know, Jay always tells you to go do it. It'd be great if you give us a 5-star rating. That'd definitely help us out. We're just trying to get more and more opportunities for everybody to do that. Any more news on Waffle? I don't know, man. I haven't heard that yet. Possible. It sounded to me, Chris Mason seems to think that that one's fairly close. Look, I'll tell you this. They're already doing really well with the guys they got in the house. If you add a guy like this that got one of the best defenses in the country this year, he has had one of the best defenses in the country for the last few years, highly respected with a highly respected head coach that's all defense, could be huge, bro. Could be huge. Man, thank you, Underdog. We appreciate you guys all coming in. Man, as I said earlier, we wouldn't do the show without you guys, and I appreciate it. So jump over there, check out the column. Tell me what you think about it. I'd like to hear from you. I'll see if I'll find a way to open up whatever comments that you have to do on there for you to let me know what you think on there. There may be a way to do it, but I've got to check that website. The website software that we use. I'm not exactly sure how to do it, but we'll figure something out. But I appreciate it, man. There's definitely a way that you can get on there. You can go down there for sure. You can actually leave a voicemail on there for sure. I know that. So you can leave a voicemail saying whatever you want. So, yeah, I mean, I don't know if I should have said that, but you can. I appreciate it either way, guys. Thanks a lot for coming in. We'll be back in the morning, Hall of Fame, Rise and Shine College Football, right here on Hall of Fame College Football on YouTube. Make sure you jump in here and catch me in the morning. See you then.